What is going on, guys? Welcome back to King Fab and Off-Road. Today we are going to be doing the old dreaded everyone that owns a first-gen Tacoma job. This is one of those things that everyone has to go through, no matter how you build it, no matter how good you think it is, how bad you think it is. Toyota dropped the ball on those things. Now, when I say Toyota dropped the ball, we know that they think things through, but this was not one of them. I have 540, let me check here, 500, you can't really see it, 547,040 miles on this truck. I knew the original owner, and he said he had to put one, which he actually got a Toyota one, so this had two door handles on the driver's side before I got it at 500,000 miles. Okay, I've had to put two in, but I've went with the cheapos. I've done one from Amazon, and now I think I have a Dorman one from the parts store, pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it, do you a full video on it. That way anyone that is wanting to tackle this job kind of knows how. If you're intimidated to do it, it's not a big deal. You just got to take your door panel off and jump in there and get it done. But this is something that everyone has to do that owns one of these trucks. It's just all there is to it. I personally haven't found a good aftermarket handle, so anyone that wants to drop that in the comments, that'd be great. I know they're out there, forums and stuff, but if you happen to come across this video and want to share that with the rest of us, I would appreciate it. So let's get into it here. We're gonna get this taken apart and I'm gonna show you how it's done. All right. First thing you want to do is First thing you want to do is take that out, because you can't listen to that the whole time you do this job or you will go crazy. But there are going to be, if I remember, it's been a couple years since I've done this now. You got to take these two plugs out of your door handle area here. There's a screw here. And I believe this can stay on this truck. But I'm going to set this up on a tripod here, and I'll start taking it apart, and then you'll see what we got going on. Okay, take these covers out. You just pop them out with a little pocket screwdriver here. They just got two little retaining clips. That's all that holds those in. Maybe. There we go. Those are out. Take the screw out of the door handle, out of your latch handle. Got that out. That actually pops out. Hopefully you can see that in the video. And then this is going to be hard to see, but there is a clip right here. You have to fold over sideways, and then the lever that runs over to your latch will actually pop out of there, and that makes it a lot easier to come out, so you don't have to shuffle this through the hole or anything. Okay, if you can see here, this is a little butterfly flap, as I call it, and that holds on to the lever that I just said runs over to your latch. So once you get that swung out of the way, this will pop out of there and you can get this out of the way. Next thing is, we've got to get two long Phillips. They're like number 2 size out of the door handle itself. Get those removed next. Okay, next thing you got to do, you got these two screws out, this screw and your latch. Next thing you have to do, this has no screws in the outside, they're actually push pins. So you actually just got to get your fingers underneath. Typically on the bottom corners is where it seems easiest to grab a hold of. But you just grab the bottom, and don't pull too hard, because you can break those clips, and with age sometimes they do break. There's nothing you can do about it. But I just grab those, pop this all loose, and then it'll go up. Okay, now one more pop. Now once this is all free, you can see there's little push pins that go all the way around this, and whenever you get them all loose, there'll be a good gap. And see how that lifts up? Once that lifts up, you can pull the panel up and undo your electrical. I was a big fat liar. You actually do have to take the mirror cover off. That way it can slide around it. Okay, now we have got that done. Got the tweeter speaker up here. Undo that. Undo your plugs for your window switch. I can get to them here. First time, I guess. There's one. There's two. All right. You've got those two plugs and your speaker tweet. If you have a tweeter here, I think a lot of these trucks did. I'll be honest, I think I just messed up and just realized I have my window down, and you need to have your window up, just as a PSA. I will plug this back in real quick, get it rolled back up. All right. Okay, now comes the fun part. As you can tell, I've already had this apart once, but this has that sticky tack stuff that holds this on. There's people that say rip that off there, no big deal, but what this does is pretty much just knock down a little bit of air noise, wind noise from your doors when you're driving, I mean, and drafts. It helps if you can keep it on there. After so long, you may find it doesn't go back on there, but I always try to retain it. In the meantime, this is where we've got to get the latches off. I know it's hard to see in there. Let's see if I can get a light. I know it's bad lighting, but get the latches off of the lock and then off of the latch itself to the door. And then you can take this cover out, which gives you access to everything that holds the actual door handle in, and get it all out of there. Okay, I got my latch rods off. Now there's a 10mm here, and there's another one that goes through this hole. You'll see it. I use impact tools most of the time, which is a big no-no. If you don't work with those every day, I would do it by hand. Very easy to strip things out and break things off. But I'll get those two tins out, and then you get to work the whole handle out of the door, which is normally quite... Now we have these two tins out. That allows the handle to pop out, and then you just fish it out of there. Now the hard part of this is if you can't get to these rods, sometimes these little clips will break, things like that, or your lock cylinder will just fall out for no good reason. That is what makes this whole job fun. Now this is the Amazon one that I had, and if you can see there, get the lighting right, this one was actually still working, except the handle right here, I apologize, this is horrible because I'm trying to do it one-handed, but this broke away from the actual inner piece, and so it's just flexing and it just won't open. The mechanism's still working correctly, so it kind of sucks. If they just had better plastic, whatever, it would be better. But let's get the new one, which is pretty much an exact replacement, and get it put in there. Okay, obviously I could not hold the camera and keep my patience and get this all lined up. You have to scoop this under the door, get the door lock actuator to the side, and then it all fit in there. When you'll, depending on how well the outside of these are made, because they're all aftermarket anymore, they fit better. Some fit better than others, but this one wasn't too bad. I got it in there and got my two tins. You got to line your lock actuator, like I said, with your tin, and put those back in, and then get your rods put back on. And that's really the gist of actually putting the handle in. That's all. But we'll go in reverse now and get it put back together, guys. Once you get your door panel put back on the channel up here, you have to line it up and push it down, and then you'll get it all lined up. Push the top down, and you'll find these push pins right here, and there's one every few inches all the way around the door. You can peek in the side and notice that they're lined up. Once they're lined up, you can start pushing them in from the top. Do this side, then do the bottom, and then before you know it, you got a solid door handle. I don't even have screws in it, and if you don't break all these push pins, you'll have a solid door when you're done. After 500 and almost 50,000 miles, my door handle itself's actually coming apart, but that's not part of the door itself. But anyways, that's really all it takes. Go in reverse, get these put back in, and we'll have a finished product. Okay, finished product. I am total into about, I don't know, 15 minutes to do this job and talk to you guys. I've done a few of them. It can be a little bit frustrating. Sometimes the door stuff doesn't want to line up, but just be patient. It'll all go in. Now, what I like to do, first of all, what I really like to do is then roll the window down and make sure everything works. If you put it back together the way you took it out, you should be fine. But I always put the key in, roll down the window. Window didn't hit anything. Door's closed. Door opens. Door locks. Cool. I will say this door handle feels like crap. Not gonna lie. I bet it won't last a month, especially through the winter. This is one of them things that you just gotta live with, though. Once again, I said at the beginning of the video, hopefully, I've done some research. I don't get big into forums and stuff much anymore. I'm just so busy, but I know someone out there is making some better door handles. I just know it, that aren't Toyota. Everyone always says, well, buy a $130 one from Toyota. Don't get me wrong. When you really evaluate the cost to effectiveness of having to put one of these in a couple times a year that are cheap, yeah, these are only 13 bucks or something, but sure, if you can still get a Toyota one, get one. I don't know if you can. If not, please, somebody let me know. Let me know in the comments if someone's making like a metal backed one or some metal levers that don't break and stuff. That'd be cool to be able to invest in, and we can pass it on in the community. And hopefully, guys, this was an informational video for you. If there's any questions or comments, let me know. Always appreciate that. We'll share this with people. Get it liked. Subscribe to the channel, please. That always helps. We'll keep content like this coming around on the Toyota stuff, the side-by-side stuff. We're gonna be doing a little bit of everything. So as always, guys, I appreciate you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.